welcome. It's me, Vicki, here for yoga today. We are doing a Basic 1 class today. I'm going to call this Basic 1. This class is ideal if you are new to yoga. If you are not new to yoga, remember that we're always beginners when we come to our mat, and we can always come back to the mat with a very slow, very alignment-based practice, as this will be today. It's always good to have a refresher of the fundamentals. All right, so notice how I'm starting here in mountain pose. I have my hands at heart center. Before you do that, let's drop them down to our sides and pick our shoulders up and just roll them back and down a few times. Just relax. Whatever's going on today, just relax. Roll your shoulders up and back a few times. You might even want to figure eight them, loosen up the head and neck a little bit. Just breathe and relax. And then when you're ready to line up your mountain pose, allow your feet to be firmly grounded into the earth, your toes spread wide. Ankles under knees, knees under hips. Allow your heart center to lift so that your rib cage feels as if it's lifting up with that heart, so you have some space between your ribs and your hips to breathe. If your shoulders are back and down, you might notice that the palms of your hands, for some of you, might tilt slightly forward with this posture. Allow your pelvic girdle to be simply neutral. We're not tilting forward or back. We're just in a neutral position here, not leaning forward or back in any direction. Just nice and tall, shoulders over hips. Allow yourself to breathe, and as you're doing that, breathe a little deeper than you have before you turned on this video today. Inhaling in through the nose, exhaling out through the nose. Nice, comfortable, deep breaths. And as you're doing that, notice how your heart stays lifted and the crown of your head lifted to the sky, right? Reaching for something that's above. Drawing the chin in, allow the back of the head and neck to be long. Let's take 5 more breaths. Breathe in the goodness, the contentment of the day. Something good already happened today. Exhale out anything that's not serving you right now, letting go of something here. A few more rounds of breathing. You may find yourself even dimming or closing your eyes here. Inhaling and exhaling just through the nose. 2 more breaths. Inhaling, something good happened today. Contentment. Exhaling out anything that's not serving you. Letting go of something today. Beautiful job. On your next inhale, let's start to float the arms up overhead, palms to the sky. Keeping palms together or even touching the hands together is fine, and then exhale, starting to lower the arms back down to your sides. Let's do that again. Inhaling, breathing. Exhaling, arms come back down. Starting to fuel your practice just with your breath now. Exhaling back down. Good. On your next inhale, arms come overhead. Let's leave them there. Go ahead and separate your hands now if they were together. Exhaling this left arm down to your side, taking a side stretch through that right side body. Allow your head to turn out towards your upper arm if you'd like, or just leave it in a neutral position. Good, now using your core muscles, inhale, opposite arm comes up, and exhale that right arm down, stretching through your left side of your body. Breathing, notice the opening in the ribs, the side belly, the hip. Inhaling up again, let's try it again. Exhale, opposite arm down. Head can turn if you wish. Breathing. Opposite side, inhale up, exhale down. Stretch, breathe. One more. Inhale and exhale. Gentle smile on your face, the contentment of the practice already coming in. One more. Beautiful job. Arms overhead now. Let's reverse circle the arms and bring the hands to heart center as we find a gentle chair pose. So that means our hips shift back. We find strength in our thighs. You might feel a little bit more weight on your heels and your knees are slightly bent, as if you're ready to sit in a chair, but the chair is not here yet. Good. Now drop the arms and inhale back up again, perhaps taking a tiny little lift of the heart there to stretch. Good, and then reverse circle the arms, come back to your chair. Find your strength of your legs now. Hips shifted back, waiting for your chair. Drop the arms, inhale up. Exhale, reverse circle, find your chair. Good. Same thing again, inhale. Exhale, find your chair. Now pause right here. If you're able, take both hands and slide them to your left hip. Shift your gaze left. Hang on. Back to center. Breathe, shift, little twist to the other side, hands to the hip. Back to center, beautiful. Drop the arms, inhale up, little back bend. Let's try that one more time. Reverse circle the arms, chair pose, nice and strong. Hands to the left hip. Back to center. Hands to the right hip. Back to center, beautiful. Drop the arms, inhale up, little back bend. Good, let's bring the arms now down to our sides and slowly float them back to heart center. Find your breath again. Let it settle a little bit. If it got maybe a little rapid there, let it settle in. Breathe a few breaths. So one of the things we remember when we practice yoga is we can always take a break. If I'm doing something and you're getting a little tired or fatigued or your breath is out of sync and doesn't feel steady, then simply take a pause. We have our whole lives to practice. Now you can stay right there. I'm going to move to the short side of my mat so you can see me better here. We're going to do something called some half sun salutations, where we start moving the body in some different directions. Let's come back to our mountain pose. Nice and tall and strong, shoulders back and down, spine neutral. Inhale up. This time with soft knees, hinge from your hips and like a bird, swan dive down. Keep the knees soft. You might have to bend them a lot. It doesn't matter if you touch ground or not, right? Good. Now from where you are, slide your hands to thighs or shins for a flat back. Draw your shoulders back. Let the crown of your head reach forward. And exhale back into your fold. Great. Now we'll soften the knees a little bit more as we reverse hinge the body. Back up to our extended mountain pose. Take a little lift of your heart there. And we'll bring the arms around and back to heart center. Good. Now let's do that again, maybe a little more connected with our breathing. Drop the arms, inhale up. Exhale, swan dive down to forward fold. Lift halfway to your flat back and exhale back to your forward fold. Soften your knees, reverse hinge your body, inhale. Little back bend, arms around, back to the heart. Great, same thing again. Inhale. Exhale, swan dive to fold. Lift halfway to your flat back. Exhale, back down. Good. Soft knees bring you back up again. Little lift of the heart. Arms around. Back to heart center. Good. Now this one will just be half of one. Inhale up. Find your contentment. Exhale out anything that you're letting go of today. Inhale, contentment. And exhale, pause here in your fold. Let go. Shake your head a little bit if it feels good. Nothing is worth holding on to, right? Let it go. Now, any way that you can, we're going to find a kneeling posture. So we'll be stepping back onto our knees. You may want to turn your body so the shape is the long side of the mat, so you would be parallel to me. If you find that you need a little blanket or cushion under your knees, you can put that under your knees now. Keep your hands wide, so when you look down, they look like starfish on your mat. There's space between all of your fingers. Shoulders are over the wrists, and your hips are over your knees. If you look at your thighs, you should not be able to see your feet and lower legs. If you see them, see if you can disappear those feet and lower legs behind your thighs as best as you can. Let's find a little bit of pressure on the thumb joint and third fingers of our hands, as if your hands have now turned into little animal paws. Press the pads of your fingers and your first knuckle down and leave a tiny little pocket of space underneath there, under the palm of your hand, protecting your wrist. Good. Now let's find a cat back as we draw our belly up, round the back, drop the head. Then release that and look forward, finding some space through your chest and heart center in cow pose. The belly can be a little soft here. Let's exhale back to cat and inhale to cow pose again. Exhale back to cat. If you're new to yoga, follow the breath as you can. Inhale to cow. It may take a few practices, maybe even a few months or years to incorporate some of this breathing. Inhaling to cow. Exhaling to cat. 2 more rounds. How wonderful that our spine can move like this, right? Healthy spine is a healthy, healthy body. Last one to cat. Exhale, let go. Coming back to neutral spine, good. Okay, so let's drop the hips back towards the heels or on the heels, just as far as you can for child's pose. You can drop your forearms or extend your arms long. For some of you, your head may come down to the ground. Maybe your forehead is on the ground for 1 or 2 of you. Or maybe you're up a little higher like this in the forearm. That's okay, right? It's a child's pose. It's our rest. You may even consider, if you're higher in this, to stack one of your fists over the other one and just rest your forehead there. Let's stay in our version of child pose for 3 or 4 breaths. Inhaling in contentment today, something good. Exhaling out anything we're letting go of today. One more. Good. Now slowly, those that are able, let's try tabletop posture one more time. If it's not working again, just stay back in that child pose or any place that you're comfortable on your mat. From this same good alignment that we established earlier, can we lift our right arm up off the mat, palm facing in, and just extend it as if you're just offering your arm and hand to someone. Then exhale it down. Good, let's try the left arm. So we're balancing now a little bit. See how this feels. Good, exhale it down, good. Now let's try the right leg. Extend it out long behind you. Let your toes face down. It doesn't have to be any higher than your hip, right? So your gaze is down really at your thumbs here. Bring that down. Now let's try the left leg. Breathing here. Just checking in. If you're a little shaky, just accept that. There's no judgments in yoga. This is what our body's doing today. Let's bring that back. Good, let's come back to the right arm. Now if you think you want to try, add the left leg with it. So right arm, left leg balance. Breathe. Exhale back to the mat, good. Left arm comes out. Try the right leg as an option. If it's too much, simply put it back down. Breathe. Exhale down. Good. Let's go back to the right arm, left leg. We're moving into a little flow here. Exhale, bring it down. Good. Now the left arm, right leg. Inhale. Exhale, bring it down. Let's keep going. Hang on. Breathe. Dig a little deeper now here. You can do this. Left arm, right leg. Hang on. We're going to try one more. Inhale. Always the opposite arm, opposite leg. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Beautiful. Let's find our child pose again. Relax, 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 relax. Breathe, let go. Just let go. Very nice job. Now, if you feel that your shoulders are a little tired right now, just stay here. Nowhere else that you have to be. Those that want just a little bit more into the shoulders, let's extend our arms out, lift your elbows up off the ground, and inhale, come forward so that your shoulders come all the way over your wrists. You're in a knee down plank pose. I'll call this assisted plank. Lift your heart up, draw your shoulders back. And then exhale back to child pose. Good. Let's try that again if you're doing that. Inhale, come all the way forward. Assisted plank pose. Exhale, come all the way back. I'm going to do 2 more of this, right? If you feel yourself fatiguing, just relax back in your child pose. All the way back. One more. It's okay if you feel a little warmth in your shoulders. That means they're doing something, right? Shoulders need strengthening. Very important. Exhale back. Relax, relax, relax. Let go. Let go, let go. Excellent job. Very nice. Something good happened today. It might be this. It actually might be this. All right, now we have one more tabletop pose that I'm going to use as a transition. Let's come back to our table. And if you feel that you can now, tuck your toes, shift your hips back, and lift your knees off the mat for downward facing dog. Your hands may have to move out a little bit. So you're making an upside down V shape with your body, the letter V, like Vicki, right? And then we'll move the legs around, pedal them around like a bicycle. So bend a knee, push the other heel a little bit more down towards earth. Just move around a little bit. Keep the weight shifted back if you can, so that perhaps eventually your legs could come to stillness here. Your weight is shifted back. The hips are lifting up as the heels are drawing down. Breathe. Let your neck be long. Pull the shoulders down into the body. One more breath. Good. Now, any way that you can, any way at all, walk your hands to your feet. Forward fold. Big movement there. Any way you can. Forward fold. Relax, relax, relax your shoulders. Breathe. Nice job. Good. Now, let's soften the knees. Here's that reverse swan dive coming up to standing again. Take your time. We did a lot of work. Very low to earth. Come all the way up. Take your time. Arms overhead if you'd like. Lift the heart a little bit. Stretch. Breathe. Arms around. Back to heart center. Beautiful job. Great. Now I'm going to step out to face you so that my legs are wide and my toes are actually facing straight forward. So we're in a wide stance here, straddle shape of the legs. Let's move into some warrior poses. Very important part of our practice. Very helpful for balancing, for strengthening of shoulders, legs, and very beneficial for our mental health to come into our warrior poses. They keep us strong mentally and physically. So let's turn our left foot to face the edge of our mat there, and our arms will come out to a T, palms down. Let's bend into that leg, that front leg. You may need to resituate your right foot a little bit. It may be a little pigeon-toed, and that's okay. So everybody's hips are a little different, right? Might be a little pigeon-toed or not. So we're sinking into this warrior. We're allowing that left hip to roll open so that front knee tracks a little bit more towards the pinky toe side of the foot. Front knee over the ankle. Gaze forward over that left arm. Good. Now let's drop the back arm and reverse the warrior. That means we're just lifting that left arm up. Back to warrior two. Good. Let's bring the hands back to heart. Give the front leg a break. Breathe. Good. Now let's try that warrior again. Same thing. Warrior two. Moving to reverse warrior. Stretch. Breathe. Back to warrior two. Good. Hands to heart. Come out of it. Beautiful. One more. Warrior two. Moving to reverse warrior. Back to warrior two. And then hands back to the heart coming out of that. Very nice. Great. foot to face front. Readjust if needed. We'll try it on the other side. Right foot turns to short side of the mat. Bending the knee, teeing the arms. Make any adjustment you need with your left foot so it feels a little more comfy. Let the whole left foot be on the ground, right? Even that edge of the foot. Right knee over your ankle. Shoulders just sitting in line with the hips. We're not reaching really towards the wall in front of us. Just here in the middle. Good, now let's reverse the warrior. And back to warrior two. Good, hands to heart, come out of it and relax. Good, let's try it again. Warrior two. Reverse warrior. Warrior two, beautiful. Exhale, back to heart center. One more, hang on. Find your fortitude now. Reverse warrior. Warrior two. Back to heart center. Very nice. Let's turn that right foot back here. Very nice job. Now hang on. If this is too much for you to stay in a wide stance any longer, then just get out of it. Bring your legs together, move around. If you can stay here longer, let's turn the left foot one more time. And we'll go ahead and come back into warrior two one last time. Now we're going to turn the palms forward this time. Palms of the hands. Let's straighten our left leg and start to reach toward the wall in front of us. When we can't reach anymore, we'll find our triangle pose by simply windmilling our arms so that your upper arm is reaching to the sky and your lower arm fingers are reaching down, or you can rest on the shin if you prefer. 2 breaths. If you've practiced before and you're comfortable looking up in the pose, then look up. If not, look straight ahead or down. Good. Now to exit this pose, reach for the sky. Reach up, 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 up. Good. And then simply just lower that right arm down. Relax it. Turn the left foot back, switch sides. Right foot turns. We're back into warrior two, ready to set up our triangle. Turning the palms of the hands forward, straightening out the right leg and starting to reach with that right arm towards that wall. When we can't reach any further, windmill the arms, breathe. Turn the head upwards if you're comfortable, or leave it straight. It's also acceptable to put it down, the head down towards your front foot. Breathe. Enjoy within this little bit of a work phase, right? Enjoy how this feels on your body. You're really opening up your hips here and your lower back. Very nice. On your next breath, inhale, reach for the sky. Exhale, bring that arm down. Both toes face front one last time, hands on hips. We're going to stretch here. Inhale, lift the heart up. And exhale, find your flat back now. So come forward, find the flat back, pause there. Stretch your legs, breathe. If you feel that you want to let go of your hips and dangle the arms down, you certainly can. We all have a different level of flexibility. If you're comfortable putting your fingers down to the ground and your head, that's fine. Otherwise, stay with hands on hips to stretch. Good. Now, if you're all the way down, hands back to hips. Soften your knees a little bit and reverse hinge your body back up. Great job. Let's toe heel in. Toe heel in. Toe heel in. Move your legs around. They probably feel a lot longer, right? That's something good that happened today. Longer legs. All right. Let's try a little balance from our mountain pose. We'll try a little balance. So we'll recenter from those wide-legged poses by inhaling up. And let's just exhale these hands right to heart center and shift the weight to your left leg. Unweight that right heel. Tree pose. Let's pivot on that right ball of the foot and notch the heel down into the base of the left leg. Just breathe here. If you've done this pose before, and if you want to try, you can always slide that right foot up a little higher, maybe to the outside of the calf there. Breathe. Good. As a final option, you could lift the arms, just as if you're offering tree branches to the world, communicating through your tree pose. One more breath. Let's let everything go. Shake it out. Move the legs. Roll your shoulders. Good. We're back to mountain. Let's recenter. Inhale up. Exhale, hands to heart, shifting the weight to your right leg and foot, unweighting the left. So setting up our tree pose on this side. Pivot on the ball of the left foot and drop your heel in the notch between foot and leg. There's no need to go any higher with the foot unless you want to. Sometimes we're curious and we want to try, right? Or maybe not. Maybe we just leave it down. Breathing, nice long spine option for the tree branches here. Balance shows up differently every day we practice. Every single day. There's no judgment with anything that we do in yoga, particularly with our balance. One more breath. Exhale, release. Shake it out, roll it in. Let it go. Good. Now I'm going to turn my body and walk back up to the front of the mat here so that we can move along. We're back in mountain pose. This is our last time standing. We're going to take our practice back down towards the mat. So when you're ready, inhale up. Inhaling in the contentment, right? That's something good. Lifting your heart, a little stretch, a little back bend. And then exhaling, swan diving down to let go, let go, let go, let go. Let's take one more half lift up. Inhale, goodness. Exhale. Let go, shake your head. Good. Now taking your time, let's step our left leg back for a little kneeling lunge. Our right knee is over our ankle. Pause here. We're stretching, so if it feels good for your body to inch your left knee back a little bit, you're welcome to do that. Breathing. Now let's walk or slide our fingers back a little bit to lift the front toes, stretching your hamstring in that front leg. And then just walk the fingers back to your kneeling lunge. Oh, so nice, right? Let's do that again. Walk back, lift the toes, and back to our kneeling lunge. Let's do that a few more times. Come back, lift the toes. This is called a half split in yoga, a half split. Come back. Good. One more. Come to your half split. Stretch, lift the toes, and back to your kneeling lunge. Very nice. Now, can we stay here? Simply lift your right hand to your hip and roll that shoulder back. Take a nice little twist. One or two of you might want to float that arm up to the sky. Breathing, twisting it out. Exhale, bring that right hand back down. Really big move here. Tuck your back toe. Lift the knee any way that you can. Find your forward fold again. Any way. You can drag it back, step it back, and then just hang. Right? Inhale, lift halfway up to flat back. Find your contentment. Exhale, let go. Good. This time the right leg steps back. Kneeling lunge. Left knee is directly over your left ankle. You can inch your right knee back more if you like more stretch. Your legs are warm now. They might like a little more stretch. Breathing. Good. Now let's move to that little half split. You might have to walk your fingers back a little bit here. Lift your left toes. Long back. Back to the kneeling lunge. Just as if you're walking back and forth here on your mat. Right? Coming back to kneeling lunge. Half split. If you're a runner or a hiker, this is very, very, very good for the legs. Let's do 2 more. Our half split, and then our kneeling lunge. Good. Half split. Back to kneeling lunge. Now pause here. Let's see if we can lift our left hand to our hip. Roll that left shoulder back. Option to stay here or to bring that left arm in the air. If it doesn't work, that's fine. If it works, that's fine. Your right hand might be flat on the ground, or you might be up on your right fingertips, and that's acceptable. Breathing. One more breath, beautiful. Let's exhale, bring the hand down. Very nice. Now all we're going to do here is to take the left leg and slide on back to child pose. All the way back and let it go. Let it go, breathe. Inhaling, something good happened today. Good, now we're going to start to move around a little bit more so that we can stretch more. So I'd like to take this moment to offer an option. Option 1, stay here in child pose for 5 more breaths. Option 2, lift your hips, find your last downward facing dog by tucking your toes and lifting your knees, and stretch that out a little bit more. So I'm offering your choice of 2 poses right now, child pose or downward dog. So this is our last one. Let's take our 5 breaths. Whichever one you're doing is fine. If you're in downward dog, lifting your hips, pushing your heels down to the ground, elongating your legs, elongating your neck by drawing your shoulders down, breathing. If you're in child pose, melt down. You might even want to take your knees a slight bit wider. Good. Just 2 more breaths. Good. Now, if you're in downward dog, go ahead and drop your knees and meet the others in child pose. Good. Let's start to switch around to a seat so we can drop a hip. Bringing the legs around in front of you for 1 pose in a seat. 1 pose. I'm going to move up on my mat a little bit so I'm more in the center of my mat. Feet flat, hands under thighs. Let's lift up that heart center, draw the shoulders back and down, and see how tall we can sit just like this. Breathing. Sitting a little bit taller. Crown of the head is lifted, that neck is long. Good. And now if you start to just roll a tiny, tiny bit onto the back edge of your sit bones, those bones at the base of your pelvic girdle that are attached to the ground right now, you might see that one or both of your heels might be able to lift up off the ground. You can keep your toes down if you want to. So in our boat pose, the heels can lift. You might find that one leg could float up a little bit. Maybe the other. Or maybe go back and forth a bit, right? Now keep that heart center nice and high. We're playing with our boat pose here. If you find that you want to try to float both legs up, you certainly can. Sometimes I like to try to let go here, right? I'm just kind of just to offer myself like this in a boat pose, right? With a gentle smile, offering my heart maybe to someone out there who needs some love. Good. Now let's exhale all the way out of that boat pose. Straighten one leg. Keep the other one bent and just roll yourself back as you pick up that bent leg. Roll onto your back. Relax, relax. When we get here, let's bring our knees into our chest and just roll around on our back a little bit. Just to relax the back. So today we're doing some more stretches. I will be taking you through bridge pose. Bridge is one of my favorite poses, excellent for our health, which is very important to keep ourselves as healthy as we can. Let's flatten the feet. Our knees, our hips distance apart here. So you do have space between your legs, but not too much space. Arms are to our sides, palms down, shoulders down, right? So you should feel some room in your heart center, in your lungs, with your shoulders drawn down to earth. Now on your next breath, inhale and press down on your feet, maybe just a little bit more on the big toe side of the foot as your hips lift up, right? Just breathe. See if you can stay with it. Strengthen your thighs, right? Try to put a little more effort into the thigh muscles. That's your quad muscles. A little more effort there than in your buttock muscles. Let the thigh muscles take the work here. Good. Now let's exhale down. All the way down. Just relax, relax, relax. Good. Now, when you're ready, let's try that again. Inhale up, draw your shoulders down, lift the hips, breathe. Nice amount of space in the chest. Breathing, right? Strong legs. One more. Exhale down, good. Now we have one more. You might want to skip the last one. Maybe that's enough for you today. Or maybe you want to try it one more time. Make sure you're walking your feet as close to your body as you can on this last one. They may have shifted. Those trying the last one, inhale, press strongly on the feet, engage the thighs, track the knees forward, lengthen through your hips. Imagine an energy line from your knees all the way through to your shoulders. A nicely curved line there for your body. 2 more breaths. Hang on. Come as high as you can on this last one. A pose that'll keep us all healthy, right? Exhale. Start to bring yourself down. Beautiful job. Keeping your right leg on the ground. Let's take the left into a pigeon shape. That's your figure 4 shape. Ankle on your thigh. Breathe here, stretching through your hip. So there is some option here to press your left hand against your thigh. Pressing the thigh away from you a little bit. If that's not enough sensation for you, you can take your hands and bring them through underneath your right thigh, floating the leg up off the ground a little bit. Breathing. So if you're holding under your thigh, you're drawing this figure 4 shape closer, as if your left foot is getting closer to your face, basically. Right. All right, now I'm going to stay here just a little longer. Hang on, 3 or 4 breaths. Keep this stretch active. Breathe with it. Whether you're lifting your right leg or whether you're pressing your left thigh out. Doesn't matter which one you're doing. Breathe with it. Good. Just one more breath. Hang on. Keep it active. Good. Now slowly let go. Very simple. Just let it go. Let it go. Left foot comes down to the ground. Knees are still bent. Let's take this right leg to the pigeon shape. That figure 4 shape. Figure 4s are pigeons in yoga. So the right ankle is on your left thigh. We can take our right hand and press that right thigh out. That may feel very good and it may feel like it's enough. Right? There's an option again to take both hands through and underneath into the back of the left thigh. Your left leg might float up off the ground if you do that. And then just draw that figure 4 shape closer to you. You may find a difference in your hips that is not uncommon. In fact, it's extremely common. So yoga will help to realign the hips. It will help to strengthen the hips and it will stretch as well. There's a lot of ligaments there, a lot of fascia, a lot of muscular structure there. So we spend a little time with our hips, strengthening, stretching, sending some breath into the hip area. It's very important. So whatever yoga you're practicing at home, make sure it includes some hip opening for yourself, hip stretching and strengthening. 2 more breaths on this side. Exhaling out, letting go. Slowly bring it down, beautiful. Let's bring both feet down. Can we walk the big toes to touch now? And we'll bring our arms out to a T to the sides. Let's face the palms up. Squeeze the legs together. Inhale here. And exhale, drop your legs over to the left. To a little twist. Now, if that's a little too much for you, just take your blanket or a little cushion and put it under your left thigh. Trying to work to keep the chest facing sky. Good. Now, option 1, stay here. Option 2, take the top leg and draw it back as if your right heel and foot are walking back, back, back towards the other side of your mat. Three more breaths. Now, if you walk to your right leg back, let's restack the knees. So you're going to bring it back to where you were before. Knees are stacked. Draw your belly in and bring the legs back to center. Make sure your spine is very centered. Your spine feels very neutral. Let's keep the big toes touching. Squeeze the legs together. Inhale, center. Exhale, drop the knees and legs over to the right side. Working to keep our left shoulder down. That may take some practice. Maybe today, maybe a few months from now, right? Breathing. Now, if this is not enough for you and you do want a little more, take the second option of left leg sliding all the way back towards the opposite side of your mat. Breathing. Take a few more breaths. Exhaling out, letting something go. If the opposite leg slid away, we need to restack the knees. So slide back, draw the belly in, and carefully bring your legs back to center. Nice. Let's bring the knees back into the chest for a little hug. You may want to go a little wider with your knees. So just take the knees, hands over the knees, just bring them like a little bit more out towards your shoulders a little bit to stretch. A little stretch there. And then slowly bring them back together. If you'd like, lift your heart and head towards your knees. Thank yourself for the hard work that you did today, allowing yourself to let go a little bit, to find some contentment today. Exhale and release. Let's find Shavasana, which is our surrender pose here. We're just going to lie on our backs, let your legs be long. One leg, one heel to each respective corner of the mat. If you'd like, you can keep your arms, palms facing down or palms facing up if that feels more comfortable to you. Gently dim the eyes if you'd like, or even close them. Allow yourself to rest. Each inhale comforts you and brings contentment. Each exhale lets go of anything not serving today. Just breathing, just relaxing. Just letting go. Staying in this place of contentment for a few more minutes. Relax, relax, relax. Nowhere to go. Nothing to do. come naturally as you awaken. You may feel a deeper breath coming into the body, perhaps almost a cleansing breath. Maybe exhaling out of the mouth to let go a little more today. Softening your knees and rolling over gently to the side of your mat. Pause there for a moment. Thank yourself for coming to the mat today to practice yoga today. Very special. When you're ready, if you would like to, just gently press yourself up to join me in a seat for just a moment to close this practice. Sit any way that you're comfortable. So if you find that you're having some trouble, you're holding on to things too long, or maybe something's really bothering you and you just can't shake it, it's powerful how much yoga can help with this. Unroll your mat, practice a little yoga, find some nice breathing to go along with it. And it is extremely comforting, as you may have found today. I hope you did. Let's end this practice by lifting our arms one more time to the sky. Hands touch together, bring them down to your heart center. Keep yourself comforted, content, and safe. I hope that you were able to let go today. Namaste.